These are the grounds of the Vroue Monument and the Boer War National Military Museum in Bloemfontein. And these are some rather interesting exhibits from the Boer War. A delousing machine, a British 5-inch breech loader on an old RML carriage, and a replica of the 155mm cruiser Long Tom, 4 of which were purchased by the Transvaal government before the Boer War. Information panel, very nicely fired at by somebody with a shotgun by the look of it. This replica was made by a foundry in Barberton in 1984 and gives a very good idea of what the Long Tom used to look like. Coil system, these guns ran back a long way when they were fired and had to be completely re-aimed after every shot. And the breech loading system was fairly slow to operate. They fired a 94-pound shell. This is self-explanatory. And once again we have a very primitive carriage here with this 5-inch gun mounted on it, not what it was originally designed for. This interesting device. Thresher's patent disinfector. Well, I never. And I'm sure they needed it. Is a replica of the more common British blockhouse built in the thousands all over the country to blockade the movement of Boer commandos from one area to another, and they were basically successful. This gives some idea of what this blockhouse was like and where this one stood. It was a double wall of corrugated iron, like one water tank inside another, and the spaces in between was filled with rubble and stone, hopefully to make them bulletproof. Blockhouse lines and barbed wire fences. These are the stone type of blockhouses. They were relatively few and far between, but many of these are still standing. That is the common one, the corrugated iron job, like this one. There's another one with slight modification, but some of the inmates standing outside. This is a team building a corrugated iron blockhouse. It only took them a day or so to make them. Also fabrication in progress. This is what these ones look like inside. Plain corrugated roof, not made to withstand bullets or anything else except the rain. Tells you something about the locomotive we're going to have a look at. And I'll show you some of the trucks. And these were used for transporting troops all over the place, in the open, no cover, no nothing. And this is the type of loco that was in service throughout most of South Africa, and even more primitive ones at the time of the Boer War. These bogie trucks were perhaps the better ones. The four-wheeled ones were less comfortable, but they were all used for carting troops about the country. It's not much concession to home comforts, is there? Imagine spending days in one of these things and then fighting at the end of it, or marching even further. This beautiful monument stands in the grounds of the War Museum in Bloemfontein. A soldier going off on commando saying goodbye to his wife and child. The flag of the old Free State Republic flies alongside the new South African flag. And just a little way away is the well-known Vroue Monument. This is the beautiful Vroue Monument, the major commemorative monument to the Boers in the Boer War. Buried here are a number of very notable people who took part in this war. Emily Hobhouse, who died in England, is buried here. Tinus Steyn, the last president of the Orange Free State, and his wife are buried here. Over here lies Christian de Wet. The third grave, the Reverend John Daniel Kestel.